Hello, my name is Kevin O'Rourke and I'm responding to a video by the Emergent Play channel. Specifically the episode 1, where the topic is getting what you want from RPGs. I have to say personally, well, I imagine it's probably similar to a lot of people. What I want as a GM and a player can be quite different things actually. As a GM, I really like watching watching the players explore the world, and we're kind of rooting for them. But at the same time, I want to present them a challenge. I really enjoy when I know when you had a really good session. I think this is similar for a lot of GMs, but I really like when players are exploring the world, and I find it really gratifying which really makes it all worthwhile when the player turns around and goes, oh wait, so that's why this thing in this village or in this world is like that. Oh okay, that actually makes a lot of sense. Or really getting into it and really appreciating it. Well, everyone likes to be appreciated. But that's my own, when I'm GMing, I like to see the players explore, particularly not even just sections I've made myself, but even sections from books or source books and things. Because I think it's the same as like we're sharing movies or TV shows you like with your friends. Like, oh no, yeah, never mind Forgotten Realms. Look at this part of the Inner Sea. It's like, oh yeah, this place is really cool. I haven't seen something like this before. It's like, yeah, that's a lot of fun for me and quite interesting seeing their reactions. Some of the most fun I think sometimes is when I get the players really engaged with lots of different various aspects of the plot and what's going on in the wider setting. And having them spontaneously role-playing and discussing at great length in character different subjects and topics. Unfortunately, it's quite windy here at the moment, but there's it's a lot of fun. I ran a game before, and the players really I think a couple of the best games I've ran is when we've had entire sessions going by, rolling little to no dice with just a session of player characters talking about different things, talking to some of the NPCs, and even sometimes being able to take such a state where it's a GM able to step back and can easily step back for maybe 40 minutes, even up to an hour, and it's just the players talking in character, just going around, and that's when I'm really, really happy. I know I've really done something good here, and the players have all brought. They're all doing something. It's not just the GM. The GM's never, just the end of it. But the players have all clicked in it. One player who isn't getting along with the stuff can spoil that sometimes, and sometimes intentionally. I've seen before, but hopefully that doesn't happen too much to people in games. As a player, it's a lot harder to nail down as a player. It varies between the games and the characters that are in the games. In a game I'm currently in, I've been really invested in the characters' development. I thought he was going for a particular type of leadership role. That's what I designed him for. He'd be good if this option came up. And although the option has come up, he's gone for a different role. For those who are familiar with Warhammer 40,000, he is a space marine. I joined the Death Watch, and he was thinking of he wanted the prestige to come from it. However, he is true role playing with the other characters. He hasn't said it with them, but he recognized that it was wrong. This pride he had, this to a degree, a level of arrogance. So he has seen this and identified it, and through role playing, and he's refusing to go down that line now. He won't go for it, even though he'd be quite good at it. And he's gone towards a chaplain, which although it's kind of a command role, it's very different. It's more self-discipline. I said, he won't go down that route because he doesn't think it's right for him. He might be too prideful in that respect. So it's kind of cool like that. And the same game, the thing that's really driving me forward at the moment, that was his own story arc kind of thing for a while. That wasn't really discussed with the other characters. It's kind of cool to get into the character's head, I find a lot of times. And when you find the character surprising, it's very cool. When you're kind of like, wait, why is my character doing this? Only you're kind of like, oh, you want them to go a direction, but the character's like, no, hell no, I'm going this way. Screw you. And you're like, okay, you've kind of taken on a life of your own. This is more when you're talking in character. Suddenly something comes out of your mouth that you're like, where the hell did that come from? When you're really clicking with a character, it's great fun. As we all know, of course. And there's the exploration factor still there with that. with that same character in a game I'm currently in. One of the players, their chapter doesn't know their history and the chapter's coming to an end. Their progenoid gland, so they can't make new space marines. That's failing. So they have a big problem with this. But their records are lost and their histories are lost. So my character has been really going off researching and doing loads of different things with this character, but he's really been focusing in and trying to find out more, which has worked out pretty cool. That's been a lot of fun. And especially in a game that's a lot of it is combat. We got some social with GM. We've got GM is doing a very good balance of it, but to have my character researching constantly, like hounding this thing. The other player's character didn't tell us about the rest of the group about this problem their chapter had for a very long time. But when they did, my character started going with him, really hounding through the research, and the GM turned around and was like, then the session was like, I've got stuff prepared for this, but you've really just chomped through loads of it in the first bit. So that's pretty cool in my mind. I like when you start really clicking and getting really involved with characters, when it gets immersive. That's my own feeling about it. Obviously the different settings, different GMs, different players. I did join a game where I was really loving what the GM was doing. He was doing a homebrew setting for Rogue Trader, and I was really enjoying what he was doing. I thought it was really fantastic, and I really liked the way he was doing it. However, some of the other players I found difficult to get on with. We had issues in the past. That wasn't necessarily a big problem, but it's difficult to explain. The group dynamic there with the other players wasn't really working for me, so I left in that respect. Even though the GM was giving me exactly like this stuff, he had given me some sort of mysteries in that game, which my character and I started really getting into. But I had to leave the game because I had a lot of stuff going on, and I wasn't particularly enjoying it. But not because of any situation that he was creating. The group dynamic wasn't there. I was kind of finding it a bit off-putting. The other players were kind of expecting it to be like another Rogue Trader game that one of the players had been running, but that one's very different, divergent from the book. And when things, which isn't a problem, but the other players are going, well, no, your game should be like this. Like, well, no, that's not the way he was running it. That's the way they wanted it. So I'll wrap it up there. My own thoughts for the general lack of cohesion. I apologise, but it's my own thoughts on it, and hope it's food for thought. Goodbye.